I just want to, first of all, recognize our crowd, right off the bat. Just really impressive. I think this is my 13th year at Tech basketball, if I'm not mistaken, and one of the best opening season crowds I've seen. I want to thank the season ticket holders for coming out. Hopefully this 90% deal is going to work. And then our student body really came out. I want to thank our students. Just can't say thank you enough. There's a real buzz in our locker room after the game. Guys were talking about great student turnout. I want to thank our administration, ticket and marketing, everything that went into this. So it's a great season crowd. Just like our program and our basketball teams trying to find consistency, I hope that our crowd and attendance can find consistency too. So maybe we can do it again Friday night, doubleheader. Lady Raiders start off their season, and we play after them at 8. Everybody got to get a good night's sleep on Friday anyway because the football game's Saturday. So why not come to a couple basketball games and take it to the house early would be my thought. Also want to wish Incarnate Word the best of luck this season. I've been on both sides of these type games. They gave us all we could handle in the first half. If Culver doesn't hit that shot at the end of the half, it's a 6-point game. A lot of respect for Incarnate Word. I thought they played great. Our guys played better in the second half, but I think you got to recognize Incarnate Word's effort in the first half.
Open up to questions for players.
I was going to ask Coach. Yeah, Coach.
Let's go players first.
Okay.
Brandon, I guess just in that second half, what kind of led y'all to that big offensive surge? I know Jared only had 7 in that first half, but then he had 11 there. I guess what really kind of got you guys going in that second half?
First of all, if you notice, it started on defense. We kind of huddled up back in halftime, and, Coach talked to us about it, and we just brought a whole nother intensity in the floor, got a couple steals, and just got going defensively. That's what started for us.
I know Davide had a couple steals there. How much did that kind of get you guys going, and then along with Tariq and his blocks?
He get us going. We need Morrow to be a tough defender. We always, especially myself, I tell him, I got your back, stay low. And I think Morrow, he got way better defensively, and he definitely trying, and, I'm just proud of him.
Tariq, I know you had 6 blocks tonight. I guess what were you kind of seeing, especially on that one possession where it seemed like you got 3 at once?
We just did a good job as a team. Everybody flying around, and that just makes it easier. They speeding the defense up, so it just makes my job easier. They don't see me coming, and it's just easier for me to get there.
I know Brandon was kind of talking about it, but just the effort plays you all had on defense, how did that kind of charge you up and just kind of get you ready to kind of score on offense after that?
It just gave us energy, sent us down the floor flying. A lot of the plays were live ball, so send us down in transition. Plays like that just give us energy. The energy plays, getting steals, getting those blocks. It's just all energy, effort plays. That'll hype anybody.
Tariq, you're probably used to getting blocks throughout your career and whatnot, but does it ever surprise you to have a sequence like that where it's 3 in a row like that?
Yeah, definitely, because it's hard getting blocks like that. Just because it's easy to get caught. Like the one where he tried to dunk. It's easy to get caught on plays like that. But it's definitely surprising sometimes. But it's all in the fun of the game.
Any other questions for the players? Good job, guys. Questions for Coach Beard?
Yeah, Coach. Obviously, night and day difference in terms of defense between first and second half. The statistics are just incredible on that. Could you just talk about what the key is to being able to flip the switch like that?
First of all, you got to have guys that want to be coached. And we had some hard words to the guys at halftime. We weren't pleased. We made some adjustments, but you got to give the players credit. Starts with those 4 seniors. They knew what was coming. They knew we didn't play our best half the first half. And so you got to have guys that want to be coached is the first thing. But, again, you got to give Incarnate Word credit. They had it spaced out in the first half. They shot a good percentage. They had one player get really hot. And so it's not always what you do bad. Sometimes you got to understand the opponent's pretty good too.
Coach, I'm sure you knew whenever you brought Tariq in, like one of his strengths is definitely shot blocking, but to see it in such a big impact in this first game, is that something you thought you would see? Is that an expected thing?
Yeah, absolutely. We got expectations for all our players. I think Tariq has a chance to be one of the best defensive players in college basketball. He has a special gift. It's not just the ability to go up and block a shot. It's the anticipation, the intelligence, the toughness, the athleticism. It's the preparation. Spends a lot of time in the film room. He's a player I have a lot of confidence in. Obviously we got to get his fouls down. He needs to play a lot more minutes than he did tonight. But what a teammate, what a guy. Doesn't sulk, cheers on the bench. You know, my kind of guy. I think he's a winner. I think Tariq's interested in one thing this year, and that's winning.
And whenever it comes to those plays, I believe one of them after the 3 blocks thing went down and led to like an alley-oop or at least a score of some sort. Does that get the team going? Does that bring energy to it when he gets one of those big blocks or a few in a row?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's different plays in basketball, you know, whether it be, you know, a three-point shot or an above-the-rim play or a block shot. To not recognize that is just living in the dark ages, you know. I think a lot of guys, well, it's 2 points. Not necessarily. Some baskets are worth more than 2 in terms of your crowd, your energy, your own team's enthusiasm. And so Tariq has an opportunity every game with his talent and his athleticism and his heart, you know, to inspire others.
Coach, can you speak to Norrance's game and kind of what's changed for him since last offseason to right now?
Yeah, I think Norrance is just getting started. Had some good putbacks tonight, comfortable on the perimeter. Had a 3 turnover game, and I think one of those was kind of a bad call, you know, not being critical of the officials. They're humans like we all are. But, you know, I thought really it looked like about a 2 turnover game instead of 3. But Norrance is the guy that's going to play facing the basket this year. He's worked really hard on his shooting. You know, in our last game out against UTEP, he had a double-double. Tonight he had some things not go his way, but still produced. I think he's our leading rebounder. You know, if Norwich can continue to be our leading rebounder all season, I think he's going to be an all-conference Big 12 type guy. His rebounding is so important to us.
Coach, can you speak to what it means to you personally about being able to play a team like Incarnate Word that gave you an opportunity so many years ago, and just having them come back and be a part of this game and be here?
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for the Incarnate Word program. You know, as you coach as long as I have in as many spots, you start getting relationships everywhere. So, but no, I told the coach I have a lot of pride in my past there, as well as a lot of other good coaches out there that started with Coach Casper at Incarnate Word, had a lot of success there. And so, yeah, I'll be pulling for these guys all year long. I told Coach after the game, best wishes this season. If we can help you in any way, let us know.
That first alley-oop from Davide to Tariq, was that a set play to kind of get the guys going? And I guess obviously it worked out to your all's advantage. You got off to that quick start.
Yeah, players make plays, man. That was all the players.
Gotcha. And I guess kind of going into what Incarnate Word was able to do to kind of slow y'all down. I guess what did they do that kind of either kind of kept Culver kind of off the scoring sheet a little bit, because he only scored 7 that first half.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and watch the film, Carlos. But I know this: they got to spread out a little bit. They were really driving. They're kind of a patient team. They didn't take a lot of bad shots. You know, had a couple shot clock violations, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. That just shows they were playing with patience and they weren't settling. Obviously, had one player really get hot in the first half. We didn't do a good job recognizing that and stopping that. And I think on our end, we fouled too much in the first half. Maybe it's first game jitters or whatever. I've never bought that, especially with 4 seniors. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe that's what it was, but that's on me. You know, 4 seniors and shouldn't have jitters first game.
First half, 11 turnovers. Second half, you only had 3. I guess just speak to what they were able to do just in terms of just kind of focusing up and not making mistakes in that second half.
Yeah, that's probably the thing I was most proud of and pleased with offensively is we flipped the script there. You know, we're a team that's got to stay around, you know, single-digit turnovers. We showed the guys that this weekend, you know, like when we beat Stephen F. Austin, Florida, and Purdue, and even Villanova, those were all 10 turnover or less games. And we win 3, and we have a chance to win the last one. So, you know, turnovers aren't always just bad passes or ball handling. We had an illegal screen. We had an offensive rebound push-off. We had a travel. So we just got to clean that up. Well, I know this. It's no secret. We have to be a low-turnover team to compete.
Last question for me. I know everyone's going to talk about Culver and what he was able to do today, but just having 4 guys in double figures, I know that's something you certainly want each night from your guys.
Yeah, it's the balance we want and we need and that we seek. That's our identity today. I think, 4 guys in double figures. Then you got one guy at 9, one guy at 7. This is our DNA. This is how we play the game. I was really pleased with Culver. You know, nobody wants to win more than him. Maybe he's trying a little bit too hard out of the gates, but he really calmed down, played a great floor game. 2-1 assist to turnover, and I think he shot 60% from the floor. So, you know, Jarrett led us in a lot of ways tonight.
Coach, could you just talk about your point guard situation? Mooney tonight with 6 assists. Davide had a pretty good floor game. Is it going to be just sort of a point guard by committee, do you think, with just a bunch of different guys? Kyler even ran the point.
Yeah, I respect the question. I'm not trying to be smart ass or anything, but I don't really know what a point guard is. We play with guards and forwards, and all of our guards we ask to make good decisions. All of our guards we ask to, take care of the ball. So on last year's team, Morrow, Keenan Evans, Naeem, Justin Gray played some point forward for us. So I respect the question. I know some people play with a primary ball handler. We don't. Any of these guys get the rebound, we want them to take it up. Any of these guys are open, we're going to advance the ball. So we really have a team with guards and forwards. I don't really think we have even any centers either. But yeah, it's going to be by committee, our ball handling, our assists, our decision making. A good game for us is where all of our guards have 4 or 5 assists apiece. This is Texas Tech basketball.
Any other questions for Coach?
Thank you.
Thank you.